Yeah, I guess we're actually recording now. Hey, it's weird. Hey, my name is Vincent. I'm from Germany. Hey. Hey folks, my name is Vincent. I'm from Germany and yeah, I totally don't know what to do and what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to figure out what I do, what I should do in my life, what my life purpose is, so to say. I just finished school, just did my A levels, and now I got nothing to do. I got no work. I don't study. No job, no nothing, and I didn't fell in the hole until a short time ago, but I went on a path that is definitely not good and shouldn't be sustained for a long period of time, and so I kind of noticed that for a long time, for half year now, and I wasn't curious about it. I knew it, and I knew that I could change something, so I didn't change anything. And for more than the last half year, I did pretty nothing then but playing video games, watching YouTube videos. Not all of that. Sometimes I could pack myself together to get myself outside and to run some laps, or to you know I'm partly a producer, so I'm not really a producer. I try to be a producer, and that's what I did. Sometimes I did some 2 3 projects with a friend, and did some projects for my own. I'm working at a for for a new production company that's found only recently. Non-paid, of course, because no one knows it by now, and we're trying to put together a web series, and I do the music together, or the soundtrack together with 2 other persons, and that's all. And I also didn't really wonder what to do else, because it was good. I had everything. I still have everything. It's not like, my parents are comparably rich. I got three siblings, and my parents can pay all of us let's say a healthy lifestyle. We can eat purely organic, which is more expensive than normal food. We can go to holidays if we want, 1 or 2 times a year, maybe even 3 times if whatever. And I can every one of us can enjoy their hobbies, and my parents can pay for it. I have a house, I have roof, I have a bed, I have food, it's warm, whatever. It's not like we are too rich, but if I ask, and like, I can get like major investment of like $300 or whatever, let's say every 3 months, something like that. Like, I have here, maybe you can see, I have some equipment. I have Mac. I bought myself a Mac, a stereo speaker system, and a subwoofer, and some microphones, and I interface, and a keyboard, MIDI keyboard, and all that nice stuff to produce some music. And I worked a bit on, saved like maybe up to 2,000 euros, and my parents paid a fair bit of it. And always in my life I could easily have everything, because partly I'm partly gifted. Like, I'm able to do things, and I'm able to understand things comparatively quickly, but I also tend to forget things relatively quickly, but that doesn't matter so much. So I had a good ability to start new things, so I could start kung fu, fighting, breakdance, whatever, like climbing, or football, or music, drums, piano, singing, like sometimes even drawing or whatever. I had some abilities, and from that perspective I was always able to get easily involved into whatever they brought to me. And on the other hand, as I said, my parents can afford a lot. We don't suffer from not having money, so I live, like, until now I lived a a rich and full life. Like I never had to, like, not really, it was never like I didn't get what I wanted. And then for years, for 18, I'm 18, and that's for 18 years now, and so I thought, I knew that it wouldn't go on like this, but I didn't care because I also knew that I could go on like this for the next 10 years. My parents would still pay whatever I want in my house, even if I'm workless and a bunch of crap for the next 10 years, and my parents would still support me. And because of knowing that, I didn't really care much about my future, and because I know everything will be fine, and I still have, but I had pretty great plans. I thought a lot. I held a lot from about, I don't know what I don't know how to say it, but I had, like, it's a it's a difficult word, but I had high self-esteem in a way, like, not really arrogant, but what you say, naive. Like, I thought I could become the new Michael Jackson. I could easy. I'll be the top producer in Germany in within the next 5 years or whatever. I become a star, and I make a new school because school sucks what it really does. But I create my own city that is nice and green, and nice houses, and looks good and whatever. I just thought I would do like that. Partly because I had especially one teacher who embraced this kind of thinking, and partly because I just didn't know what the world is made of. And, like, 2 days ago, I had I met with a I think she's a psychiatrist also, but I just met with her because I wanted to compete in a competition, take part in a competition, a singing competition, and I needed someone who played the piano for me and I would sing. And she was extremely talented, or she was extremely good. She was just good. She could play all the things just right from the sheet. She didn't really look at it. She just knew it. And you know it was planned, like, we practiced for 1 hour, and she'll play the piano, I sing, and I just expected that. I just needed someone to help me out, and in a way that I needed a piano player, and so I thought it would be nothing big, and I drove to her, and we started playing, and it was fine. And, like, after 1.5 hour, there was the practice started to shift more on the therapeutic. What, no, you don't say that. Therapeutic. What you say? Like, she started to use her abilities and her experience as a probably psychiatrist, and she she talked a bit about my motivations and why I wanted to do that and what I felt about the pieces. And, long story short, I'm not, like, I don't know much even more what she said in detail, but in a way, after 2.5 hours, she just laughed at me, and she made fun of me because I'm 18. I could do great things, but I'm a wimp and whatever. And I was and she said, you ain't gonna compete in this competition. You'll lose heavily, and you don't even know your pieces, and just quit it. And she also said, because she asked what I want to do, and I said I want to be a producer, and she said, yeah, can you play piano? And I just started, can you, do you know Ableton, do you know Final Cut? And I said, yeah, kind of, I know Ableton, I don't know Final Cut. And you know I play drums. I play drums pretty good in a musical way, but not in a technical way. um, and she was just like, yeah, forget it, think about it. She said, you know even, like, it's pretty unlikely that any school will take you, because you have to be you have to be on edge. You have to be like nearly professional for all of these programs, and you have to know music theory, and you have to play piano like hell, and you have to know all the things. And I just didn't knew them. Oh, I don't know them. It's 2 days ago. And she was like, if you don't know that, you think about it, you can already forget it. And then she said, and even if you make it, like, what did you expect? It's like you got one piece, and it's good, and you polish it for like a month or maybe 2 months, and you work on it, and it's great, and then finally it comes to the radio or whatever, and then you get like not even 2 cents for one time it's played, and like and let it be played 100 times, and you get nothing more but, you know, 2 euros or whatever, and or put it on YouTube or whatever, and you get nothing. You basically get nothing out of it, and you can live off it, but you have to put so much time in it, and it's a hard business. It's a rough business, especially pop, where everyone is just, you know. She said it's ugly. They're really abusing music, and just for money, and it's not about the music and pop industry. It's just about name, and fame. It's the same, like, and then delivering halfway shit that works. Sorry, and, you know, doing nothing but hustling and shit. Like, and she said, I'm good. I'm really good. Piano. I can play piano like hell. I knew music theory. I know every music. She said I know jazz. I know classic. I know pop. I know rock. Whatever, and I can compose and transpose and shift everything to everything, and I'm really good. And I'm an expert in Logic. Is a DAW a program to, you know, to make music, simply said. And I'm she said I'm just really good, and my man, he's doing the mixing and mastering, and we don't get something out of it. And she said I'm an expert, and you can't expect, you're not even close to an amateur. You can forget it. Like, really think about what you want. And then she asked, is there something else you could do? And I said no, because this was my only aim, and I was like the type, no plan B. As I was 16 years old, or even a bit younger, I looked at all these, you know, great coaches, or the coaches that are supposed to make you great, or at least that's what they say. And they all say, most of them say, have no plan B, do everything, put everything in plan A. And, you know, like, you're already planning your failure if you make a plan B. And it's, maybe I'll explain in another video why this is just on the city. This is just not good. It's not, you know, it isn't true. And but I didn't believe that, and people told me over and over again, and like, it were like normal people that told me, hey, have a plan B, because, you know, if it, what do we do if it don't work? And I was like, it will work because I have no other plan. Yeah, now I know that my plan is deeply shattered, because I looked at what you know, there are tests if you wanna go to university, and if you wanna study composition. Sorry, by the way. If you wanna study composition, you have to be really good at least one instrument. You have to hear melodies, and like, you have to not only single melodies, like a solo singer or whatever. You have to hear polyphonic melodies. You got to play one instrument very, very well. You got to know music theory, and you got to know music history, which I don't know, even if I had, you know, music as my main subject in my A levels and in my school. First of all, you didn't learn much, and I didn't learn much, or I learned even less, because I didn't care, and I thought, like, I don't need this, I can do it on whatever way. And so yeah, I'm basically stranded here, like, having nothing, did nothing, know nothing, and have no perspective, for that matter. At least the producing, the way of the composer and producer is like shattered. And yeah, and this woman I told you about, she just, you know, in a way, she just laughed at me, and she said, you know, you're like, look at you, what are you? And she said something like, you know what we, or what psychiatrists do with people like you. And it was, you know, I was somewhat offended, because, you know, guys, what is guys like you? I'm an individual, and and like, that's what I thought, but it's bullshit. And, you know, she made fun of me in a way. She and it was amusing for her, because I presented me as someone that I wasn't, and is really, in a really silly and not thought through way. Like, I had no idea what I want to pursue, how I gonna get there, what it takes, what it even means, my job. And yeah, she laid out some faults or flaws in my personality. She didn't do it directly. She just gave little hints. And oh man, in a way she said, where's your aggression? Because I'm mostly a very nice guy, and I try to, be friend with everyone, and like, don't offend anyone and all that stuff. And she asked, what do you do all day? And I said, yeah, partly I play video games. And she said, what kind? And I say, shooter. And she said, so there's this part of you that, that likes to, she didn't say that directly, but she said it likes to kill people. And, why isn't this part active and helping you preparing your contest, your vocal contest? And why isn't this part active and helping you to learn new stuff? And look what you are. You're basically nothing. And she made fun of me in a way. I can't really explain it, and especially not in English, because English isn't my mother tongue. And mother tongue, I can't I can't even speak it really. I'm not bad, but I seriously lack some vocabulary. And I can't speak that freely and good as I would be able to speak in German. so yeah. But what I'm trying to say, as she said that, she destroyed some parts of me that were lies. And I tried to explain it to people who are not familiar with psychiatry and all the things. And there are like thousands of ways how your life can go down the drain. Do you say that? Just can go rotten to the core. And it's not so easy, or it's relatively, yeah, it's not easy. It's not, sometimes it's even very hard, but most of the time it's just not easy to go the way and pursue the way that is meaningful and makes your life a great life that is livable and even desirable. And I thought it's easy, and I'm just perfect the way I am, and I can do everything. And that's frankly what not only what I'm told, but what most teenagers are often told. Like, you can be everything and you can do everything and you're good the way you are. And by now I come to believe that this isn't as good, because what I did and what many others do, and this is why college rates, dropout rates are so high these days. Like, people believe they can do everything and they actually don't do anything. And as they're confronted with something that is a bit more difficult than what they are used to, they give up because they don't know what to do. They don't know what they are anymore, because there are things that they can't do and everyone told them you can do everything. And it's then, it's in a way, it's their reality is destroyed. And they pull back and they get depressed or whatever, because suddenly all the life breaks or suddenly the reality breaks into their life, and they see it isn't true. I'm not perfect. I'm full of flaws. I'm full of faults. I'm full of mistakes, and I'm repeating all of them willingly and knowingly. It's not easy to do great things, and you can't achieve everything. And that's what partly happened to me, because I had these parts of me that just believed that. And or yeah, let's put it this way. And they didn't do good to me. Like, as I said, for the last 6 months or so, I just did nothing else but losing my social contacts, not learning instead, and not doing anything instead. Like, I just lost and went rotten on all possible, what do you say, in every direction. Like, I did nothing whatever that was good or valuable or desirable. And yeah, this psychiatrist, in a way, shadowed me and said, look, there's like you're a fun figure, you. Why do you live it all? Like something like that. She didn't say it, but I felt it, and she said, go out, like find out who you are, and then you can come back and compete in wherever you want to compete. But you know, you don't compete like this. You're no competitor at all. You'll just lose right away. And I went off, and yes, I was in the car. I just cried. I just no, not that I didn't cry. I just screamed like people scream in movies if their loved one dies or if they go crazy or whatever. You know, I was really flat in a way, really, you know, polite and stable, positively stable for the last 2 3 years. I had my ups and downs like everyone, but you know, no peaks in ups or downs, not really. And now suddenly I felt like she managed to, or at least for this night, she woke up the part in me that was busy playing, killing people in video games, and she brought it back into reality. And like I would describe the part as partly aggressive, masculine, and like wild and dominant and determined, something like that. And really, really, you know, tribal, really raw. You know, I was detached from myself for a long time, and I thought this is the way, and just have a good life like this, and your life will be perfect. And how the hell do I know if it's recording? Okay. Sorry, just had to check if it's recording. I lost my power in that way because life isn't all good, and it is not your duty to be just good, and it isn't even your duty to be happy. This isn't what life is about, as far as I perceived it by now. It's more like it's about making things that make sense. You know, do meaningful things and do them in a way that is impressive and somewhat raw and unique. It's not quite like that, and I can say it, but you know, basically, probably what I want to say with this video is that most people tell you life is just good, you can just be great. Sorry, my video or my camera just stopped recording, and I don't know. But what I want to say, life isn't just good, and you just don't have to be nice. Be masculine and be, you know, do things that are crazy if you feel like you have to do them. Like after that, I went out in the forest, and I just, you know, it was, in a way it was beautiful because it was full moon, it was silent as fuck, and it was cold, and all the forest was lighted in a silver moonlight, and the trees were like like towers, and it was just beautiful. And I just, you know, I felt this urge to scream and to shout, and I just, you know, did what I felt like doing. And you wouldn't do that if you're a reasonable person, but it was unbelievably good because I didn't, you know, who does it? And doing that, I somehow learned what my voice is capable of, and what I'm capable of in a way of articulating, and in a way of like how loud can I be. And it was just nice to hear the echo, and it was like huge, and what my voice could fill was unbelievable. And I didn't knew that I was able to do that. And so, especially if you are a boy, I'll embrace you, like, you know, not being, it's not like be rude and stuff, but it's not all about being nice and being polite, and it's like become masculine, because it's it's not your duty to be everyone's darling. It's your duty to be able to, you know, get things done, be a man, and be what you are, and not some domesticated little kid that's 40 years old. And I'm 18 by now, and I nearly went the way of the, like, I still can go the way of the domesticated 40-year-old kid, no doubt about it, but I don't want to go this way. I want to, you know, I want to be a man and not a wimp. That's what I want to do. And what I want to do with this video and with this channel is maybe, you know, partly it's a video book recording, like a diary. I record myself and I make it publicly in a way, so I don't, I give out a promise publicly that I want to change and that I will change, and so it's like a security that I have to do it, because if I don't tell anyone, nobody knows, and then I don't have to do it. But like if everyone who wants to know or who could know it knows, then it's bloody embarrassing if I don't do it, so I have to do it. That's one of the reasons why I'm filming this right now. Second reason is like I think there's a lot of things going wrong in school and in universities, and like I don't know much about, I only heard about the universities, but looking at things like Evergreen, like things going seriously wrong, and I wanna, nothing against feminine movement in its roots, but it's partly feminism is gone rotten in some ways, in a way, like the toxic masculinity thing, like it's just appallingly wrong, and it's not seriously not good for anyone, not for the women, not for the men, and not for society as a whole. And maybe I can in a way embrace the way of a man again, and I hope I will go this way myself, and I hope I can, and that's the third option, or the third reason why I do this. Maybe I can help one of you who sees it and is struggling like me and doesn't know what to do, and maybe I can give you some help, some meaning, and some, like, let's go this way together, because we all, none of us is flawless, and we all, even if we are like great people, in a way we are also all chunks of shit, and I want to do something about it, and I don't, I want to be a people, I want to be a person that is respectable, and that people can look up to and can relate to, and can say, yeah, I want to be like, he really went his way and is good like it is, and like he is. And so maybe I can help you, and maybe you can help me, whatever this means. And I don't expect that like anyone will watch this. I certainly don't hope that my parents or anyone of my friends will see this. Yeah, but if you have some ideas about what I said, if you have some question or whatever, like, what the hell, nobody knows anything, we all know appallingly nothing, so let's help out each other, say what you want to say, and yeah, let's see what the future brings, and I hope this is worth it. Have a nice day.